A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members, and we are now only 5 days away from the ICC World Test Championship final. Remember, Wednesday, 7th June, you're going to see India battle with Australia at the Oval, and preparations are on in full swing. Now, what are the preparations that is going on at this point? I will come to it a little bit later in this morning. But firstly, I will talk about this one particular news that has been circulating around, which regards Anil Kumble. Now, Anil Kumble, recently when the Gujarat Titans versus Chennai Super Kings final was going on, the match was halted by rain, and in that Anil Kumble was asked about Ambati Rayudu. The decision about Ambati Rayudu was about his non-inclusion in the 2019 ICC Cricket World Cup. And in that, Anil Kumble has taken a veiled dig. If you may say, he has criticized Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri. Now, what was the criticism over Ambati Rayudu that he has targeted Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri? Now, you would remember that Ambati Rayudu was pigeonholed, or you may say he was earmarked for a particular, you may say, role in the Indian cricket team during the 2019 World Cup. It was the number 4 position, and prior to this, if you look at Ambati Rayudu, he was in decent form in 2018 and in 2019. But suddenly, a couple of bad matches, a dip in form, and it saw him not being included in the 2019 World Cup all of a sudden. MSK Prasad was criticized very badly, who was the former chief selector at that point in time. Now, MSK Prasad was criticized, and Ambati Rayudu also did not take to his dropping in a big way. He had a veiled dig at MSK Prasad by saying that I'm wearing 3D glasses to watch the World Cup. That 3D reference was in criticism to MSK Prasad's statement that Vijay Shankar was a total 3-dimensional player. Now, Anil Kumble has said, what were Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli doing at that point in time? Because they were running Indian cricket at that point. Virat Kohli was the captain, Ravi Shastri was the head coach, and Anil Kumble has said that the decision to drop Ambati Rayudu from the team was a big blunder. That is the word that he has used, that it was a big blunder to leave out Ambati Rayudu, and his career also did not recover from that point in time, because after he was dropped from the Indian cricket team for the World Cup, he never played. He never played for India, and you also could see that his days with CSK were also numbered. But then he had quit in a huff in 2022, but then he came back in 2023, and he finally got the IPL title for the 6th time. 3 with Mumbai Indians, 3 with Chennai Super Kings. But Anil Kumble, is the criticism valid of Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri at that point? There are two stories. There are two angles to the story. One, Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli, in that era in Indian cricket, you could see that it was the era of the horses for courses. There would not be a steady playing 11 at most of the times. They would make changes according to the conditions that were there at that point. So that was the policy that Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri adopted, but it came with success, but it also came with a lot of failures as well. And it also came about one particular instance that happened with 2-3 players. Manish Pandey. You could also say that Ambati Rayudu, Vijay Shankar, even Rishabh Pant was in that conundrum. Remember, in the World Cup, you just did not have any particular kind of a situation. Number 4 was vacant. Suddenly Ambati Rayudu was dropped. Then Vijay Shankar came in. He was injured. Then Rishabh Pant came in. He had limiting success. But then to expect a lot from Rishabh Pant in just his first ICC event was asking way too much. And MSK Prasad, the chairman of selectors at that time, yes, he was at the helm. But Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri, was it the right decision that they took? Did they really do the right thing with Ambati Rayudu? Because couple of bad games, yes, came at a very wrong time during the Australia series. But then prior to that, he was really in good form. Why would you want to dump somebody like Ambati Rayudu just before the World Cup when he was offering you stability in that position? This is one of the mysteries that remained very, you may say, unanswered during the Kohli Shastri regime. As I had mentioned, they had achieved tremendous success. The numbers do not lie about Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri's tenure as captain and coach. But when it came to certain ICC events and when it came to how they handled the situations, you may have to argue that yes, Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri do deserve that bit of criticism from some sections. Anil Kumble, as you know, yes, he did not have a very good time with the Indian cricket team when he was when he was the coach of the side. Remember, he left in very acrimonious circumstances after India lost to Pakistan in the ICC Champions Trophy. So, after that, now this criticism at Kohli and Kumble, maybe it is valid, maybe it is not valid. It depends on which side of the story you want to believe in. Ambati Rayudu was definitely wronged because 2019 could have been his peak, but unfortunately, he just slid down and he never ever recovered from it. And so it is really sad that the horses for courses approach, it really backfired for India in that 2019 ICC World Cup. And because this lack of flexibility in a supposed flexible way of working, it really hurt the Indian cricket team because you did not solve the number 4 conundrum at all in 2019. You didn't have a number 4 conundrum. You had a number 4 conundrum even in 2017. You didn't do it in 2019 as well. So the criticism that Kumble is giving may be valid to a certain extent, but yes, there are certain sections who say that no. I mean, if Ambati Rayudu suffered a dip in form, so be it. This is how Indian cricket functions. It's harsh, but you have to feel for him. So during the CSK versus GT final, the criticism that Anil Kumble made, that was on Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri at this point. So lot of bad blood at this point in time, and it's not ideal. I mean, the scars of 2019 remain, and it will never go away unless India win yet another ICC title, which could happen in the next 10 days or so, because India are ramping up their preparations for the ICC World Test Championship final that is going to be played at the Oval. Remember, India are playing at Arundel, which is one of the grounds that Sussex County uses. So it is Surrey County uses. So that is the way it is going to be a big issue, because remember, the Duke's Ball. Now, there was a lot of confusion whether the ICC World Test Championship final will be played with the Duke's Ball or it is going to be played with the Kookaburra Ball. Ricky Ponting had some confusion at that point, but it is clear now you're going to play with the Duke's Ball. Akshar Patel, who is there in England currently, he has stated that yes, during the IPL, players did practice with the Duke's Ball. And he was hopeful that they will acclimatize quickly to the conditions as well. Because remember, this time India and Australia are starting out on an even platform. Why is that? In 2021, New Zealand went to England much earlier. They played 2 tests there, and India didn't play a single match. This time, India are not playing another match, but Australia also are not playing they are also not playing any warm-ups. So remember, the short turnaround period that has been there from the IPL to the ICC World Test Championships, you could argue that it could actually help India, because most of the players have had big game experience. They have played a lot of cricket in the IPL. But the Australians, if you look at it, Josh Hazlewood played only a couple of games in the IPL. Stark, Cummins, Boland, Lyon, all of them have not played a single match ever since March. Are they going to be fit? Are they going to be really, will they turn their big game on? That is the real big situation. India also have a conundrum when it comes to picking the playing 11. Are they going to play 2 spinners? Will the Oval merit 2 spinners? Because remember, Oval does give you a lot of options when it comes to spin. It's the only venue that assists the spinners in a big way. But remember, most of the matches that take place at the Oval, especially when you look at test match cricket, they take place around August, September. The pitches at that time are drier. The weather must have been much more hotter. Now also you're in the middle of a good summer in the UK, and thankfully you are not going to see that much of rain. That means this pitch could assist spinners in a way. But then will you play 4 fast bowlers? Will you play only 1 spinner? Because remember, in 2021, you played 4 fast bowlers and you played only a lone spinner. That was in August, September. So Are you going to persist with that same thing? It is going to be a big conundrum. So, are you going to play two spinners or one spinner? It will depend on the judgment of the captain, and one hopes that this time they pick the right team, because in 2021 they did not pick the right team. On a green pitch, they picked two spinners. Here, they may want to play only one spinner, have four fast bowlers. Four fast bowlers means that Shardul Thakur might get a go in, because you have Umesh, you have Shami, you have Siraj. If you play Jaddu, then you have to play Shardul Thakur. Jadeja might be a starter, but remember, Australia's left-handers in Usman Khwaja, David Warner, if they play, Travis Head if he plays, three left-handers, you could be tempted to even get in Ravichandran Ashwin, because Ashwin bowls brilliantly to left-handers in any conditions, be it India, be it in the Sena countries. So that's why three pacers and two spinners, maybe you could get in Jadeja Ashwin, and then you play Shami, Siraj, and Umesh. But this is going to be a big headache to have, and we'll be building up to this, and we'll bring out for a lot more explainers on the ICC World Test Championship. So you will subscribe to Sports Today. You have to subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis that you can get it. Now from cricket, let us shift our attention to other sports and Sevilla. You think that Real Madrid are the big team in Europe? They are the ultimate giants of Europe because they won most of the UEFA Champions League titles. Well, Sevilla are joining them in that sense as well, because when in the recently concluded UEFA Europa League, Sevilla registered their seventh title by beating AS Roma on penalties, and it was a titanic dark tussle. I mean, I know it's ironic, but it was a dark full-time regulation match, but Sevilla ensured that they won the title on penalties. It was a fabulous display from them, and that's why now 7 titles in the Europa. Boy, they really know how to dominate. But from football, let us shift our attention to hockey, and India versus Pakistan. That was the final of the Junior Asia Cup that was held in Oman, and India, who had dominated the league stages. Remember, in their other match against Pakistan in the league stages, it was a 1-1 draw. But in the final that was played, India registered a 2-1 victory over Pakistan. And because of this now, they are now the most successful team in the history of the Junior Asia Cup. This was India's 4th title, beating Pakistan's mark of 3. Prior to this, both India and Pakistan were tied on 3 Asia Cup titles, Junior Asia Cup titles. And that is the reason why this victory is very important for Indian hockey. So, India have beaten Pakistan 2-1 in the Junior Asia Cup, and they have registered their 4th title, which is the most by any team in the Junior Asia Cup. Pakistan and India were tied. Now, India are the clear-cut leaders with 4 titles. Pakistan still are on 3. Now, you will see the likes of Lakshya Sen and Kiran George play in the Thailand Open. Because remember, the Thailand Open has seen plenty of upsets. Sindhu and Srikanth have been eliminated. Yesterday, Saina Nehwal got eliminated along with Satvik Sairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty. Only Lakshya Sen and Kiran George are remaining, and one hopes that Lakshya Sen bounces back, because remember, he's had a slide in his world rankings. So he will be in the quarterfinals today along with Kiran George, who has really put on a good display. He defeated the likes of Shi Yuki and also Heng Wong Yang, because remember, Shi Yuki is an All England champion and also an Asian Games medalist. So it's going to be an exciting day in badminton also, and you're also going to see some very good action from the world of, you may also say cricket, because the test summer is here. England versus Ireland. It was a 4-day test match. Stuart Broad taking 5 wickets, but England have raced away in 25 overs to 170. Boy, they really are bass-balling test cricket in a big way, and the consistency with which they're doing. Australia, they better be scared, because now from 16 June onwards, you're going to see the Ashes. And it has been a simply tremendous experience from England, who continue to show why they can launch a big challenge for the 2023-2025 World Test Championship cycle. So England have bass-balled Ireland with Stuart Broad being the star with 5 wickets, but the batters, especially the likes of you could say the top order, they have been in sublime touch indeed. And today, Sri Lanka take on Afghanistan, and Rashid Khan will not be there for the start because he suffered an injury. And one hopes that he makes a quick recovery. So the test summer is well and truly here in England, and we will be bringing you all the updates from that. So subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Tap the bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. See you